right to it. Here's the movie news since the last episode. A couple of small things, a couple of big things. Let's go with probably the one thing I'm excited for the most. Recently, it's rumored that Warner Brothers Animation, who do really good DC cartoon movies, they have like their own little cinematic universe that works well. That company might do a Mortal Kombat animated movie, which is probably the right direction for this type of franchise.
Yeah.
The limitations are a lot less. They can up the gore if they want to. They can do whatever they want. Really, do not if it's an animated thing.
Are they talking like single film, or are they trying to do like a series or a universe?
As of now, I think it's just a single film.
Yeah.
It could be just be testing the toes in the water to see what kind of reaction they get to it. Which is fine. Mom say tone it down. Like if they can just leave it to like the characters from the first game, that'd be great.
Right.
Like the original 6 or 7. They're up to like bajillion characters.
Yeah.
Like they can bring in some if they just want. Like there's a lot of like not white characters at all. Bring them in and kill them off.
Right.
You know, there's I think in Mortal Kombat Deception, there's a character named Cobra. He is literally just Ken from Street Fighter. He looks identical.
Okay.
And he's like probably one of the least like white characters ever.
Nah, thanks. Well, okay, so you're really excited for this. I honestly, I've always been indifferent like to fighting games in general.
Yeah.
Like I've never really gone in. I know you and Justin are pretty big on these games.
Yeah.
Like every time there's a new one, like you always go.
I'm excited for the Mortal Kombat 11 coming out in April.
So what do you want to see out of this? Like,
what do I want to see?
What do you want? What do you want the story to be? Like how do you create a story out of? I think we kind of talked about this before.
Yeah, we
how
have
do you make a story
video game,
out of a fighting game
movie episode. We talked about a little bit how the limitations you have because these video games, there's no one ending. Especially in Mortal Kombat, you pick a character, you get his ending. You pick another character, you get a totally different ending. And you're allegedly killing all these people, allies or foes or whatever, on your way to this ending. What I want to see basically is a really good retelling of like the original movie that came out in the early 90s. That was basically the first game where it was like they get all invited to this tournament. But I don't want to be more of an imitation side. I kind of want Raiden. He's like the protector of Earthrealm. I want him to gather these troops or like the best fighters on Earth, and they're basically like, hey, we gotta go fight these people from another world because the whole thing is whoever wins this tournament, they get to take over. If Outworld wins, they get to take over Earth. If not, we can live our lives basically.
Okay.
So I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see also like other characters like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which are the two like the mascots for these video games. They have a very interesting storyline. Basically, long story short, Sub-Zero kills Scorpion, or Scorpion. What is it?
Isn't that a plot point where at one point?
Because I'm pretty sure at one point you find out it wasn't Sub-Zero.
It was the other way around or something.
Well, you find out like it was Quan Chi who was behind. He's a sorcerer. He's a sorcerer behind like the entire thing.
Okay.
Because then the Scorpion comes back from the dead, it kills Sub-Zero.
Okay.
And then he actually becomes the original Sub-Zero, becomes Noob Saibot like down the road. You find out like he's like some tortured soul that's whatnot, and there's like another Sub-Zero who gets his revenge on Scorpion. Well, it's a back and forth, interesting back and forth thing. So I think that they can go many directions. There's
also they can do. There's lots of story like behind the games. That's not really
like there's more to it than just the tournament.
Yeah,
like that's more or less Liu Kang story is he has to go and win this tournament and whatnot. But then there's like a Sonya Blade who's basically after she has her own nemesis and whatnot, Kano and whatnot. And they kind of get caught in the crossfires and whatnot. And then like the newer games, like starting from Mortal Kombat 9 and then X and I assume 11 here. Mortal Kombat 9, everyone picking there's only it's basically the same kind of story as the first couple games because it's like a time travel retelling-esque type thing.
Okay.
And in the end, like, Liu Kang's not the main guy anymore.
Oh.
It's more or less Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Which is funny because he was more made fun of characters in like the entire thing. It's like all he is like an actor who wants to fight.
Right.
And
okay.
the newer game trying to focus on more making him like a badass and whatnot. Because like Raiden killed Liu Kang one of the games, whatnot. So they got plenty. I think they got plenty of options to go. I hope they do it. Because I'm really excited over the lack of limitations they have with an animated thing. They don't need to hold back on fatalities or.
Right, yeah.
They can go super crazy.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they will, though? Do you think they will do that? Are they going to hold back? Because, you know, with these, with the DC animated movies that they've been doing, like, I know some of the early ones that I watched before they started this shared universe storyline thing. I remember watching The Frontier? What's
the First Frontier?
Is that what it was?
I think,
yeah. Yeah, that was like the second one that they did or something like
that
after Superman Doomsday. Is it the First Frontier?
Yeah, because that's the one where Hal Jordan gets like eaten by the giant, it's like an alien thing or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was Justice League. It's based off like a really good.
Is it the First Frontier? It's the Final Frontier.
Final Frontier sounds.
It's
either the first or final. But anyway,
because the First Frontier or the Final Frontier, because one's for the Justice League, one's I think for Star Trek.
Oh yeah, the Final Frontier is Star Trek.
Yeah,
yeah, it's definitely the First Frontier. Yeah, that was really good, and it's based off a really good comic book, graphic novel, and in like the opening scene, like introducing Hal Jordan, he's just in a trench and he just like shoots a guy in the face, and the blood splatters all over him. Like, holy crap! Like, so I thought that, but like it's still holding back. You know, like they would never show the guy actually get shot in the face. But do you think Mortal Kombat they're gonna have Scorpion fucking ripping someone's spine out? Like, do you think
I think they have to. I think they have to.
They would have to.
They would have to be like, this is why we did the animation route, so we can do this, because I want to see like Sub-Zero's famous fatality from the original game. It's like he takes the head and rips it out. I want to see that. So I think more or less that they have to. Like,
hopefully,
you don't approve a Mortal Kombat movie, and I mean, of course, they did two other ones, and those are PG-13 movies, I believe.
And they were held back in the sense, well, not only of the time, but you know, even if those movies were made today, they probably still would go the PG-13 route, meaning
because that's how you get more money, or whatever.
Exactly,
so they're good. Because like, what was it? There's been like forever. The director Gore Verbinski, he wanted to make a BioShock movie, but he wanted it rated R. The studios weren't like, we're not giving you, because he wanted to make it like a huge $100+ million budget. Studios were like, no, if you're doing that, PG-13 all the way. And he's like, oh, well, I'm already limited and whatnot. So I think this way, lower animated movie, where Warner Bros. Animation is doing it. Obviously, smaller budget. I think that comes with more what they can do actually, because it's not going to theaters. They go right to the DVD or digital copy or whatever, and I think they'll go right into and show that blood.
With any luck, huh?
Yeah.
You're probably right. They've got to, if they're doing that, they've got to.
Let's move on to get a little before we get into the comic book stuff. Another little piece of news. One of the biggest hits of 2018 was A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
With directed by John Krasinski. Kind of put him more on the map than he kind of already was. At least director-wise, put him right on the map.
For sure. Yeah.
More or less, the sequel is inevitable. It's going to happen with or without him. He's apparently working on the script right now.
Yeah.
And he wants to do it from the only course they can really take. Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, this movie either has to go backwards in time, or through another, or it could be, or at the same time, just with different characters.
Yeah.
I think they shouldn't touch the.
You don't think they should go back?
Carry on with the Emily Blunt storyline, I think.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll spoil it.
Okay.
Obviously, it came out the start, pretty much the beginning of 2018.
So spoiler territory here.
Because we're talking about what could potentially happen in the second movie based on A Quiet Place. So we will talk about how the first one ends, obviously.
Yeah. So like how the first one ended, like Emily Blunt, and kind of.
And I found that ending pretty much ruined the movie. Like it's great. Like I do like the movie, but that ending, that action ending, really knocked it down.
It kind of feels like the second one is going to be an action movie, kind of. It's not going to be
like if it followed from them, it's like, well, they have the answer.
Yeah.
So they're just going to go guns blazing and not have to worry about anything.
Put some hearing aids next to a microphone and everyone wins.
Yeah.
I want them to go backwards.
Okay.
I want to see what it was like when these things first showed up.
Yeah, because we never see the outbreak.
No,
right?
It's just I think there's just like John Krasinski's character, the father. He has like newspaper clippings all in his like little secret room there, and there's like because it's all about like how many are out there and how many people have died. Because I want to know.
You want to see a prequel.
I want to see because of like how long did it take for the realize it was sound that killed you? Like it would take a lot because like they show up. The entire world's making noise. Like how much got mowed over by these creatures before they realized it's sound. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like a specific freak.
No, it's just.
Oh, you're talking about like the humans.
Yeah.
Like how much people were just being. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It took them a while, I'd imagine. Yeah.
So like.
Yeah. In like. Okay. Yeah, that would be.
And then like I want to see them struggle trying like to get everything, all these machines, all these people talking, how like.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many people died before they realized? Okay, let's.
A lot apparently,
right?
Because I mean, where we pick up, there's not a lot left, right? So. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about this whole thing, but yeah, sign me up. I do like that idea of exploring. It would be neat, to see how it started, and like you said, how long did it take before people caught on? Like, oh. I'm not making noise. It doesn't seem to notice me.
Like you're talking, I'm saying here, you're kind of quiet. It's gonna attack you.
Yeah.
But like.
Okay. I would like to see that too. Actually, I hadn't really thought about that, but
like, because the other option is like whole new cast, same time.
Like a side.
So that could be almost the same story too much. Because it's gonna be about how they survived without making noise and.
Yeah, because there is all the like other, a couple scenes, a couple times
where they light the fire and they see
then, like other not communities, but other people would light fires just to show that they're around. So it could be from their perspective.
Yeah.
And maybe at a point in time they look up and they're like, why are there fireworks going off?
Yeah.
Thing, right? And then you'd be like, oh, that's from when.
Because like they could be getting attacked and like man like. Fireworks are like happening.
Yeah, now we're okay, kind of thing.
So,
but they're screwed.
So that'll be looking forward to it, especially if Krasinski's he's writing the script.
Involved somehow.
He might direct it.
Huh.
So we'll have to wait and see. I think there's a release date already marked for. I forget. Probably 2020.
Yeah.
Probably early 2020.
I hope they take their time. Man, you really brought me around. Honestly, I was not like. The news of this and like especially after the ending, right? And like when I heard a sequel to that, I'm like, who cares? Like, why does it? Because they have all the answers now. All they could just go to the next family and be like, hey, listen, like it's this frequency, it really screws them up, and we can just shoot them in the face. But because like that really.
It gives it too much of an action movie vibe after that.
Yeah.
The suspense, because like I didn't like A Quiet Place is getting like was acclaimed to being as like one of the best horror movies of 2018. I didn't think it was a horror movie at all.
No,
I just thought it was like an intense movie.
Yeah, thriller. Like
like I like good because like from the opening scene, because you already know what the premise is in the movie because you've seen the movie, you probably see the trailer. And like the opening scene where they're at like the grocery place, whatever.
Like a pharmacy.
Yeah, and you see like one of the kids, he's trying to reach a toy, and you're like, dude, don't go for that. You're gonna make a noise. And there's like little thing, like it's intense, just like the littlest thing. And then like the nail scene, like
oh yes, she's walking down the stairs. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Because they were building it up the entire movie, pretty much, right?
But it's kind of funny, but like after that scene happens, there's like they're up and down that set of stairs constantly, and like no one had time to fix that nail after that moment.
Yeah, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but it's real. Like you said, just keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. So
if you suspend your disbelief, thing and. I'm glad you brought that up. That it could be either a sidequel, which, it'd probably be a little too similar. I'm actually interested in seeing a prequel.
Yeah. How many times people want a prequel of things, but like I feel that's the only route you can go. And have an original story. See how it all started, and maybe end with maybe end where the first one starts, kind of thing. Like they can bring in like what did. If they wanted to, they can be like, what did this family do before all this happened? Like, did they live in the middle of the city? Then they realized, like, oh, we gotta like get out of this like loud ass place and like live out of the country where there's no noise. Kind of thing. That could a lot of roots. Well,
because they can touch on everything. Yeah, like where it all. Yeah, like obviously there was like a national emergency called, and what happened for everything just to crumble to the state that it did happen. And there's other movies where that idea has been proposed. I think they've talked about doing that for like other things, but this is a movie where I'm actually interested in seeing that having happened. Like I think there was proposed like 28 Days Later prequel kind of thing for that too, right? Like where like show like
I think there's even one for I Am Legend.
Okay.
There when that one.
Yeah,
I think,
I have no interest in either of those, but this, So cool. You really turned me around.
So, if Hollywood, you're listening, prequel, A Quiet Place.
Yeah, that's the way
Call
to
it
go.
the freaking Allowed City for whoever.